Good morning. It is Let It Go and Let It Grow. And this is Wednesday, July 15th, 2026. What are we letting go of today? And that is Seven of Cup energy, which is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is about emotions, dreams, intuition, and imagination today. So the Seven of Cups is Venus in Scorpio energy. So what are we letting go of today? We are letting go the need to chase every possibilities. The Seven of Cups is all about these choices. It is some are snakes, some are ladders. Yeah, as you can see there, you are choosing between different things for yourself. Sometimes it's a good choice and sometimes it's a choice that we overthink. Other times it's that we're dreaming about what we actually want to do. As you can see there, there are snakes and ladders. I love how they do this in this cup. Or in this deck. So if you choose your cup, are you going to move ahead or are you going to choose a snake and have to go back to where you begin from? So let go of confusion created by too many choices, especially if you're dealing with sort of that Libra energy. Choices are a hard thing. I grew up in a household of Libras. My mother, my brother, my grandmother were all Libras. My stepdaughter's a Libra. So they like to weigh their choices back and forth, look at things from all possibilities to see what's balanced for them before they make a decision. So for somebody who has a hard time making a decision, the Seven of Cups can be very, very overwhelming. So you're going to let go of the idea that you have too many choices in your life, and you're really going to concentrate on one thing that is lighting you up right now. Release the fantasy when it is stopping you from taking action and moving forward. It's great to have dreams. It's great to daydream. It's great to think about the future. But there's a difference between daydreaming, dreaming, and manifestation. So when you are planning and working towards your future, you want to get into that vibration of creation rather than that daydreaming state. So this is asking you today to release that fantasy about how things are going to turn out and come up with a concrete idea or plan. Stop waiting for that perfect path for you before you move forward, because when you start moving forward, all of those ladders might just line up for you. You might hit a snake here and there and have to slide back, but in the most times, once you start forward motion and the universe is on board with you, you will move ahead with direction. Trust that clarity comes through the commitment, not through endless contemplation. So this is basically picking something and sticking with it, pick and stick. So you want to pick something that actually resonates in towards more of the solar plexus chakra, that gut instinct, that gut feeling. It may also come in as a flash of intuition, but don't get into the habit of thinking that that intuition is also not daydreaming on occasion. You will know the difference. You'll know the feeling. It's instead of that flash of inspiration, it's going to be that feeling of, oh, wouldn't it be nice if, rather than, oh, this is coming through. Don't sit into the state of overthinking, contemplation, and being overwhelmed by too many choices today. For Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, the Seven of Cups reminds us that intuition and imagination are beautiful gifts. However, not every opportunity is meant for you. Sometimes the greatest act of self-trust is choosing one path and walking with it wholeheartedly. So once again, what is lighting you up today? Letting go of the Tower. Tower's transformations, awakenings, liberation, and truth. Major Arcana card. It is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And this is definitely Mars energy happening here today. So we are growing our willingness to embrace necessary change. So this is, we know change needs to happen. We know change is coming, and we know that sometimes that change can be painful. And knowing that it is not necessarily painful, but it is absolutely necessary. And sometimes that comes with growing pains. Welcoming breakthrough disguised as disruption. So sometimes we have to break down to break through. We have to be pulled to that point where we're almost brought to our knees sometimes and are at that state of I give up. But there's a difference between I give up and I surrender. And in surrendering is where the true magic can really happen, because you are letting go and letting a higher power take over and work in behind this for you. Trust that what falls away is making room for something bigger and stronger for you. You know, you can see there that everything is being torn down. That little squirrel is under the tree, looking at the lightning, possibly scared. The butterflies are there, which is showing that true transformation for you. And there is energy and light coming into that acorn at the bottom. And we all know what acorns grow into. They grow into the mighty oak. So we're looking at that point that the seed of potentiality is there, ready to be planted and grow for us today into a mighty oak. So the smallest thought might become our biggest support, our biggest strength over time. Trust that what's falling away is making room for something bigger and stronger for yourself. Release attachment to what no longer is supporting your growth. We tend to hang on to things because it feels safe, and our nervous system likes to feel safe, but sometimes that safety is false. We are hanging on to that, and we're actually in a state of nervous system disruption, and we're not even realizing that because we have lived there for so long. So this is asking us to realize that what no longer supports our growth has to fall away and go, and that sometimes comes in the form of realizing that we need to take these risks on occasion. It might not feel comfortable at the time, but it's for our best. And allow truth to become the foundation of your next chapter. Truth leads the way. And I see that right there. The lightning today is the forked tongue. The tongue of truth. We have the snake in the other card. The snake can sometimes pull us back, but we want that message and that medicine today. We want that to be able to propel us forward in its own truth. And we at the core of ourselves know what the actual truth is. So where does your truth lie for you today? For Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, the Tower is not a punishment. It is liberation. It clears the way for what is no longer aligned with you in your core, in your field, what no longer resonates with you. And something aligned and more authentic is ready to emerge. So the Seven of Cups today is effortless possibilities. And then it seems like the Tower comes in behind that and takes it all away. But that's actually not what is happening. The Seven Cups is imagining, dreaming, wondering, the what ifs. There is beauty in dreaming, but there also comes a point where there's too many possibilities, and that becomes a distraction because every path, every way that you looks appealing to you, and you can't be on all paths at once. Everything feels exciting, exhilarating. Possibilities are endless, but that can be in a state of overwhelm for you. So the soul gently asks you, which way are you going to go? What are you going to choose? Then the Tower arrives, and it's not here to destroy your dreams. It's removing the illusions that are around them with that strike of light. The Seven of Cups says, I could be anything. And the Tower rushes in and smiles and says, wonderful, then be someone. So this is asking us to stop fearing this change. It has an unfair reputation, but this is pulling down old beliefs, old patterns, old relationships, old expectations, and older versions of ourselves that no longer resonate. They don't serve us anymore. Tower is not here to punish. It is here to free you. And sometimes we cling so tightly onto that comfort that we realize that we have a foundation beneath us that's cracked. So that needs to be repaired as well. And the foundation is shaken. And once that happens, we get to rebuild, not because that we've failed, but because we've actually outgrown it, and we need to see that from a different light. You don't need other options for things. You just need the absolute courage to choose. The moment you stop scattering all of this energy around and giving it out and wasting it on potentials, your life begins to transform. And the Tower is asking you not to fear this change. It's inviting you to trust what remains as the dust settles, because what's left is actually real. And we tend to really buck change because of our nervous system and that ability to not want to feel uncomfortable. And sometimes in that uncomfortability, some of the best things are born. So we are releasing confusion today and welcoming the clarity in. The life that you're meant to build begins the moment you stop chasing everything. The possibilities start trusting the path beneath. The life you're meant to build begins the moment you stop chasing every possibility and trust the path that is actually beneath your feet. So today is about trust and the daily reflection. Where in your life right now do you have too many choices that have been keeping you from fully committing to one path? Are you scattered? Are you willy-nilly? Is everything a distraction from what you actually want to be doing, but don't know how to gather the components all together to make that happen? So it's easier to have all of these distractions than to concentrate on the one project. And what might come possible if you trusted what is falling away is making space for something far more aligned with who you are and who you're becoming on the path that you are on. So that is the reading today, and I'm going to go get an oracle card. We are working with the Law of Positivism cards today, and that is, I am evolving as a soul when I'm aware of my soul's journey. So this is actually, I'm going to turn that off because that seems to be very glary. Let's see if that's better. There we go. So what this is basically saying is when I'm ready and aware of my soul's journey. So this is about, being aware and ready to make those choices and know which direction you're actually going in. And, that too many choices thing, again, is that you have to be in a state of awareness to know what's going on at times. And this awareness is coming in behind that. And also, which is great, is the where of my soul's journey. So sometimes you have to be pulled down and brought to your knees to realize what your journey actually is. So this card is a beautiful reminder that once you understand the direction you're going, I love the snakes there again, snake medicine twice today. You have the black and the white, the yin and the yang. The snake is either poison or medicine. Do you pick the poison because snake venom can kill, or do you pick the medicine because snake venom can heal? And there is beautiful butterflies up in there too. So to me, this is a complete call out to both cards, which is lovely. So there is the transformation there as well. So once you transform and are solidly on that path, you're going to be able to embrace and be aware of that new journey of the soul and embrace that with all of your being. So that is how I see today. And I hope you have a good day, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.